Hey, what up, guys? Coming this morning with the weekend recap from Friday, February 14th and Saturday, February 15th. We got 3 fights to talk about, that were on 2 different cards. First, on the 14th, we had a DAZN card that was brought to you by Golden Boy. Hopefully setting up a huge lightweight fight later in the year. They had on the undercard, we'll talk about first up, Jorge Lanata is a former 3-division world champion. He officially moved back down to 135. He took on veteran Carlos Morales. Usually a tough out, but Lanata's had no problem with handling Morales with ease. He absolutely outworked him and landed that crisp short right hand. He actually looked really good in this fight and ended it in the 4th round. He knocked him down in the 3rd and then finished him off in the 4th with just a beautifully timed short right hand after a jab to the belly. He just came right over the top with that short right hand, put Morales down and out, and it was a very good knockout victory, which could lead to a Ryan Garcia fight later in the year, which a lot of people think is what's going to happen. That's why he was fighting on the undercard, because in the main event now, we saw undefeated rising lightweight prospect Ryan Garcia as he took on Francisco Fonseca, former world title challenger from 130 pounds. Garcia came in. I thought it was going to take him a few rounds to get Fonseca out of there, but wow, it didn't take him long at all. He hurt him early with his left hand, his left hook, and then just fucking dropped him hard and knocked him out cold with a left hand in the very first round right there, as he remains undefeated and keeps passing every test that gets put in front of him. Again, they're likely leaning towards a huge showdown with Jorge Lanata. We'll talk about that more when we discuss Ryan Garcia's what's next, since he main evented. I'll get to that on Saturday. But yeah, congratulations to him. That was a big time win, and we'll see what comes of it. But 2 big knockouts. If you missed them, go check out the highlights on YouTube, because they were both really good fights right there and really good knockouts for those 2 lightweights. And now we get to the Saturday card, which saw we're just going to discuss the main event. It was on Fox. It saw undefeated Caleb Plant, the IBF super middleweight world champion at 168 pounds, as he made the second defense of his title against his mandatory challenger, Vincent Fagin Boots of Germany. Plant didn't need long in this one. He took long in this one. I take that back. But he really wasn't, threatened at all by Fagin Boots. He absolutely dominated Fagin Boots with ease. Landed crisp, hard shots the whole fight. Just really picked him apart. Beat him up. Fagin Boots had maybe one moment where he looked like he was landing a bunch of punches, but he really wasn't landing anything solid or clean. And he just got picked apart and beat up. And finally, in the 10th round, the referee jumped in and stopped the fight, as Fagin Boots was just taking so much punishment. Hopefully, this fight's going to lead to a unification with David Benavidez. But again, we'll discuss that more in detail when we talk about his what's next, which is going to be on Saturday, since he main evented this card. But a big win for Caleb Plant. Like I said, hopefully setting up something bigger later in the year, and big knockout wins for Jorge Lanata and Ryan Garcia. That's hopefully setting up a showdown between the 2 later in the year as well. So I hope you enjoyed this guy. That's the February 14th, February 15th weekend recap. All right, guys, that's it. True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.